Yo, folks, another quick fire video, this one on deliberate practice. So where did it come from? Well, Striver Suzie was talking on our WhatsApp group and she was getting a feel like she was getting up for it again. Susie's been struggling a little bit, oscillating between 0 and 7 days, but she felt like they bit between the teeth. So she said to people, help me out. Here is my schedule for this week. And she bumped it out on WhatsApp and she said, find a hole there for me. Where can I do my Strive work, right? And that prompted this video. Okay, so deliberate practice. It comes from a psychologist called K. Anders Ericsson, who focused his time on world-class performers and asked himself, what is it that they do that makes them world-class? And he came up with this idea that people have to work on something and master it by incorporating deliberate practice for 10,000 hours, right? Malcolm Gladwell then picked up on it and he ran with it in his book Outliers, but it came from K. Anders Ericsson, 10,000 hours, right? So what does deliberate practice look like? Well, number one, you got to have a clearly defined stretch goal, a goal that will stretch you, right? Number two, you got to apply full concentration and effort when you take action against that goal. Number three, you need immediate and informative feedback on what you're doing. And number four, you need repetition and then reflection on what you're doing and then refinement of those things, right? That is deliberate practice. And I want people in 1000 Days Sober to become world class at being someone that doesn't drink alcohol. So I asked strivers a series of questions so I could understand if people were actually incorporating deliberate practice, okay? And the feedback that I got from the small sample size shows me we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. What were the main issues? Well, the main issues were very few people have a strict schedule. So they pay to be on Strive. They pay to join the 1000 Days Sober experience. They get access to all these wonderful assignments, all created in a specific order in order for you to be someone that doesn't drink alcohol. I know and understand and explain to people the importance of pounding it in because we need to change belief systems, but then they don't put it into the diary. They don't schedule time to actually do the assignments, or they don't even have a diary. So it's just kind of like, I bought this, I'll get round to it whenever I get round to it. And if that is your attitude when it comes to something as important, a goal as being someone who doesn't drink alcohol, the likelihood is you're going to fail. You're going to find it really, really difficult. It'd be like treading through treacle, okay? So there needs to be a really strict schedule, and I realize that people don't have that. You have to choose to do this work. So all the people that Anders Ericsson interviewed who became world class, look, there were times when they didn't want to do what they were doing, right? Because like Michael Phelps, there were times he probably didn't want to swim all those lengths, but he chose to do it because his clearly defined stretch goal was he wanted to be the greatest Olympian of all time, right? So if you want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, then with full concentration and effort, you need to choose to do the work that is going to lead to you being someone who doesn't drink alcohol. And not a lot of people are choosing to do that work right now on Strive, okay? People are not asking for frequent feedback. It's just not happening, right? And I think that may be tied up with shame. Tied up with the shame that comes, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be able to stop drinking alcohol. Limited beliefs that is stopping us from saying to people, hey, I need help quitting alcohol. So for example, when it comes to quitting alcohol, I'm the Michael Phelps of quitting alcohol, right? I haven't had a drink for over 3,000 days. So you think that strivers would be banging my door down saying, Lee, I really need your help because I can't stop drinking alcohol. What is it that I'm doing wrong? But that isn't happening. And that's because of shame. That's because of limiting beliefs. But folks, if we want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol, we have to get over that. We have to really, really put faith in Strive, in the support system, and me and my leadership, that we can feel uncomfortable and get comfortable with that, about sharing the truth about where we are on our journey and asking people to help us out, to point out our blind spots in a loving, kind way and all that kind of thing. There's not enough requests for feedback. Okay, really, really crucial. Okay, and the other thing is, very few people knew what to do next. I asked the question, what is it that you need to do next in order to be alcohol free? And a lot of people didn't know. You need to be knowing what you're doing, even if your answer is, well, I've got faith in Lee's structure of the 1000 Days Sober Experience. What have I got to do next? I got to watch the next video, and I've got to do the next assignment, you know? Or we tie this into our clearly defined stretch goal, which is I want to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. And we break that down, we chunk that down, and we say to ourselves, okay, I haven't gone 7 days yet. I want my milestone to be 7 days. That's my goal. What do I need to do to get the end of the week without drinking alcohol? They're the obstacles that are in your way. They're the things that's the clearly defined actions that you've got to take to get over those obstacles, and you're asking for feedback along the way. Really, really important stuff, okay? And a lot of people, they don't really know why they're stopping drinking, or they don't know what they're going to do when they stop drinking. And again, that vision, I think, is exceptionally important when it comes to deliberate practice. Like, you know, with someone like Michael Phelps, he didn't just say, I don't know, I'm just going to swim all these laps and see what happens. No. I want to be the greatest Olympian of all time. I want to be a professional swimmer. I want to be able to do this forever. Like, it's a real vision. So we need to incorporate that vision. I want the vision that I'm going to be someone who doesn't drink alcohol. Really, really important. And then the repetition and the reflection and refinement. You've got to keep doing the work. You've got to keep doing the work. You can't say to yourself, you know what? I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to drink for a month. I'm just going to drink for a month, and then I feel it, and I'm going to drink for a month. That is not repetition, and that is not doing the work. What I want you to do, if you're not doing the work, is incorporate reflection right now. Why aren't you doing the work? What's stopping you from getting on and doing the assignment? Drink as much as you like, but get on and do the assignment. The two are not mutually exclusive. You don't have to be you're not drinking 24 hours a day. There's a period of time when you're not drinking. Get on and do the assignments, right? Really important. And then refinement. It's, you know, you get on the horse, you fall off, you ask for feedback, you do a tweak, you get back on the horse again, okay? So deliberate practice. Let's start getting world class at being someone that doesn't drink alcohol. What is your deliberate practice like? Do you have a clearly defined stretch goal? Do you have full concentration and effort? Are you asking for immediate and informative feedback? And are you going at this with repetition, reflection, and refinement? Answer the questions down below, and let's have a conversation about it. Thanks a lot for listening.